Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan, and today we are going to be checking out the Masters of the Universe Origins Frog Monger, Dungeon Dweller of Castle Grayskull. That is right, this is the latest Mattel Creations exclusive, and it's one I have been particularly excited for ever since he was announced. So let's jump in and take a look at him. And of course, since he's a exclusive from Mattel Creations, he does come in this shipper box, which does have its own artwork on there. Beautiful artwork. And then the packaging itself also gets kind of that special treatment where we have an awesome image of Frog Monger here on the front of the box, but otherwise, standard classic blister card packaging. Actually says new for 23 up there, so that is pretty cool. And of course, what's so fun about this guy is the fact that this character has existed since 1982, since the line came out. Because if you're not familiar with who this is, then you should check the sticker of the Dungeon Grate inside your vintage Castle Grayskull playset. Yes, this is one of those creatures trying to escape from the Dwell of Souls. Pretty cool stuff. It's his first time ever getting an action figure, and I love stuff like this. I love it, love it, love it. As we rotate around to the back side of the packaging, you can see that we've got this amazing artwork of Frog Monger seemingly coming out of that dungeon grate. Look at all the other creatures here coming out with him. There's a little key down here. Is that a cosmic key? Pretty fun stuff. Love this beautiful, beautiful artwork. This really cool exclusive packaging. Of course, Frog Monger is a brand new name. He's not had that name in the past, but I'm pretty excited to get this guy opened up and get a closer look at him, so let's do that right now. Alright, so before we get to the figure, it is worth noting, of course, he comes with a brand new mini comic, and I was excited for this one because I wanted a backstory on this guy, and that is exactly what this gives us. I'm not going to really get into it because I don't want to spoil you guys, but there's some really fun stuff and a really cool kind of nod in there. Really fun stuff. So really neat that we're still getting brand new original mini comics with these guys. But let's go ahead and jump on over to Frog Monger here. Of course, he does stand just shy of 6 inches tall to fit in with that 5.5 scale and style of the Origins lineup. This is really, really fun. So we've definitely got some new stuff going on with this guy. A lot of it is still the usual parts for use that you would see throughout Masters of the Universe toy lines. For example, he does have the Skeletor feet and boots there. The legs do just seem to be standard legs. I will point this out though. The little fins coming off the back of the boots and kind of like the veins here, that is really cool. That is something that is different. And then we've also got these hands, like the frog-like hands there, the 3-fingered ones. They look like they have the suction cups on the end. And the torso here is something we have not seen yet as well. Now, this is something that I want to talk about because others online have mentioned this, and I agree that this torso does appear to be very similar to Modulok, which could be an early indication that Modulok is a character that's coming at some point, just because these designs right here do seem to match up with the way the character looks in the vintage line. Now, the body looks a little wider. He was a lot thinner in the vintage toy line, but doesn't mean that this isn't what this is for right here. So really cool stuff to kind of see all the new parts. And then, of course, we've got this new head as well, and this crazy like jetpack thing that he's wearing. You notice that I was able to pull that off over the neck when you remove the head there. But look at this. He's got like this jetpack on his back that's kind of attached to this collar piece that sits around his neck. It's kind of got this shiny pearlized purple paint color on the circle right here on the front, but the rest of it does appear to mostly be molded in silver, though it is a bit of a shiny plastic. It looks really nice. I love the frog head there. It's fantastic. Just those eyes and the wide open mouth. I don't know. It feels very MOTU to me. It feels very vintage to me. I like that quite a bit. When that head is off and you remove the little jetpack thing, it does feel like the neck is a little long there. Like you could tell that the head was kind of sculpted in a way to make room for this. It doesn't look bad, but it's noticeable to me. But, worth noting. It's removable if you want to take that off of there. Of course, articulation, exactly what we have come to expect with this. You saw the ball joint there at the neck. The arms, of course, can also go upwards, forwards, backwards, swivel at the elbow, bend at the elbow, swivel and hinge at the wrist. You should have all of the same removable parts, like the torso there. The arms can pop out at the shoulders. Hands can plug out of the sockets there. Legs go outwards, forwards, backwards, swivel at the knee, bends at the knee. You do still have the boot cut there, even though it's all the same solid color. And the ankles can pivot side to side as well as move forwards and backwards. So good range of motion, feels solid, articulation all is nice and tight on this guy. He is a very bright and vibrant looking action figure. Really, really cool stuff. And then aside from that jetpack, the only other accessory that we get is this really interesting trident type gun here, which is pretty cool. It's got a very sci-fi feel to it. Same with his little jetpack there. I mean, he's got some science fiction stuff going on with his design, which is really cool. This is molded in that same very shiny silver plastic with just a little bit of paint deco on there, but not too much. But the hands are designed so that they are tight enough to get a really firm grip on the handle of that gun, which is very, very nice. Both hands are designed the same way. You'll notice within the hand there's sort of like this indent, so that way he can hold on to accessories. So that is really nice as well. And just a really fun looking figure here. I like him quite a bit. Like I said, he's very bright and vibrant, but it's really fun just to see something that comes out of the artwork for the vintage line brought to life. You know, we've seen similar stuff within the Origins line. For example, the Castle Grayskull suit of armor was turned into an action figure earlier on. So it's kind of fun seeing some of these pieces of art that have been here since the beginning now being made into action figures, and I, for one, welcome this sort of thing. I would love to even see more of it. I say keep bringing us new stuff like this. I think it's fun when we get a mix of original characters redone, as well as some newer stuff to add to the ranks as well. I'm all for it. So there you go, my friends. That is a look at the brand new Masters of the Universe Origins Frog Monger. Like I said in the beginning, this was a Mattel Creations exclusive. It lasted about an hour before selling out, and at this point, I am not sure if there's going to be a second round of these. They've done that with a few Mattel Creations exclusives, but not all of them, but definitely worth keeping an eye out just in case. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and until next time.